Mesa County, Colorado, the Western Slope, where we all live, where we all work. Most of us are white. Many of us are Latino. Some of us are Asian or Native American or from a Pacific island. Very few of us are African American. When any of us are made to feel different, we become wary. We are frightened. The Gunnison River joins the Colorado. Grand Junction is where the rivers become one. The Colorado River continues west. We stay here. This is home. Coming this way, the signs say, "Welcome." Going that way, they say, "Hurry back." Are we sure? Do they really mean it? How do we understand welcome?
I just wish people would look at each other without color and would say, you are loved by God. You are loved by the Spirit. And tell your stories. Let us tell our stories and don't assume that we're out to get something from the government.
Well, I came here from a big city, so I came here from Dallas. You know, it was certainly easier to be an out lesbian in Dallas because it's a city of 10 million people, and you could get lost there.
And I was born here, and I've lived here most of my life. I went away to college, taught school in Arkansas, moved back, taught school, then moved to Utah. Got my special ed degree and worked in the schools there, and then moved back. And I've raised my children here, and my son and my grandchildren. So most of the time, I'm welcomed here. It's home. And when family comes, we go on the monument, we go on the mesa. You know, there's just so much to do, and we really like Grand Junction. It's home to us. But there are times when when I'm asked to speak or talk about my Native American heritage, and the whole thing changes for me. Because then you hear things that, well, you know, first of all, they want to know, how much Indian are you? Or, you know, a lot of them, you know, want to know if you get government monies because you're part Native American, and how come you don't live on the reservation or near your people, and you know, just these questions. And I know they're curious, but the way they ask makes you feel like you should know these things. It should be taught in school.
I think it's important to realize that this is a nation of immigrants, that if we learn where we're coming from, it's easier to understand our culture, and understanding that there are many cultures, and in the nation, it means understanding that there are going to be different people, different colors, different accents, different traditions. And if we want to change that, it's about us changing our perspective and taking the opportunity to learn about it. And maybe if I'm ignorant in a specific aspect of a culture, it's as easy as to ask. Ask the neighbor, ask a friend, ask somebody that maybe you don't know to explain it to you. And I bet they're gonna be happy to explain it. I bet they're gonna be happy to share. And that's how we can come together to an understanding and acceptance.
Are all welcome signs alike? What does welcome feel like? It feels like fear. It feels like anger. It can feel like hate. It feels like love. Why not just start with love?
And like, I'm not gonna lie, most of the people I meet here that I like, I end up not liking because of some racist thing they've done. And it's not necessarily against black people. It could be anti-Mexican, anti-immigrant, and everyone does it. It's so normal for them.
I was always taught we were a melting pot, and I just feel that we neglect that, people are just so want to put everybody in little boxes, and they don't work together. So I would like to, I'd just like to see people do more to get along.
Denver wasn't like this. I loved working in Denver. I had a good job, a good pay. I was respected. I did not feel like the other. I liked that there was a lot of diversity, not as much as inside of New York, but it was good. I saw like Asian people living in my complex. There are other black men, there are other black couples. I've seen black couples. I know that I myself am not actually in a black couple, but I like seeing it,
So I understand that people don't know everything about the LGBTQ community, neither do I. But ask questions from the heart and approach the community from your heart.
If there's like black children, they'll be like, "You look like my dad," and I'm pretty sure I don't, because there's different types of looking, But to them, it's just like there aren't any other black men around. So clearly, as one, you must look like my dad. And maybe their dad's absent. Maybe not. I don't know. But there's just not enough diversity for them to make that differentiation. The subtleties of a face is just lost on them because there's just not enough samples. The sample size is too small.
I always worry about my accent for some reason, because I notice that when I'm out there talking in Spanish or like Spanglishing, mixing English and Spanish when I'm speaking, I always see somebody turning and looking at us, always. And that's a weird feeling, something that you learn to live with, you learn to accept, but it still makes you feel uncomfortable. And I wish that wasn't like that. I wish that wherever I go, I would feel welcome, I would feel accepted, and no one will look at me like I'm different than they are.
A reminder has been prepared. A document. A proclamation. It proclaims that we should respect diversity. It urges us to work together. It says we should include all our neighbors in our community dialogue, our community life.
Because I am white, but I'm also Native American.
The proclamation reminds us to be welcoming to everyone, if we can really mean it.
And I've thought about going to like Denver or maybe another state that it has a diverse culture in their cities. But I've been here for 20 years. I'm in love with Grand Junction. I'm in love with the Valley. My family is here. To me, this is home now. And it's really hard to say, I'm gonna go somewhere else because I don't feel good. I feel like my part of not feeling good is to help others understand that. And together, I feel like we can change that.